Nebraska's trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 10.
Coming up tonight, name too similar. That's what the Democratic and Republican parties are saying should bar the Working People Party from the November ballot. What the Democrats are saying to justify their decision. Also tonight, coming home. The USS Lincoln is returning to the States after its record deployment at sea. What concerns were had aboard the ship during its lengthy stint in the ocean. And a top priority.
And if we can make it easier to walk or bike to the businesses, that there's a benefit there.
The city of Lincoln is listening to safety concerns, what plans they have to make people feel more comfortable on the streets while boosting our economy at the same time. And new at 10, a goal to make Lincoln even a safer place. The city asking people what would make them feel more secure. In the Safe System Survey, people repeatedly brought up safer crossings, better lighting, and better connected sidewalks. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. Great to have you with us. I'm Rod Fowler. So now the city is asking Lincolnites what those improvements should look like. Our Nick Erickson tells us what he learned at a special event tonight.
Safe environments for pedestrians and drivers and inviting public spaces are crucial for a community to thrive. Tonight, Planning and Development Services, along with others, held an open house asking the public for feedback on new streetscape plans for two neglected Lincoln areas, 33rd and A Streets and 40th Street and Normal Boulevard. The plans are to improve pedestrian experience, making the surrounding areas safer and more comfortable. Colin Christopher with Lincoln Planning and Development Services says that his goal is to create an experience.
The idea is that we've got this, a number of neighborhoods surrounding this business district. And if we can make it easier to walk or bike to the businesses, that there's a benefit there. The goal is that, that would lead to more economic development in the area and support for the businesses themselves.
Christopher adds that these areas have been in need of investment for over 10 years, with buildings being ran down and sidewalks being too close to the road. Now city officials turn to the public after 6 months of planning for their opinions on what needs to be done. Roberto Partida, a transportation planner for Lincoln and an LTU representative, says that ensuring traffic safety could bring new life and more people into the area.
That then in turn makes that corridor more inviting, which then generates more folks, more foot traffic to your businesses and just makes it that much more inviting. I've been to that coffee shop off the corner of 33rd and A, and it's a solid little spot. I'm excited to see what comes next.
The overall transformation could take up to 7 years, with smaller projects being completed sooner. With the open house being a time for members of the community to come together and share ideas, city officials still await a finalized plan to help increase community engagement. Reporting on the corner of 33rd Street and A Street, I'm Nick Erickson, Channel 8 News.
Well, let's get you a check of the weather with possible storms in some areas. Did you see the sunset tonight? Let's take a look. It is absolutely beautiful. Citizen journalist Melanie sending this into the Now Local News app. Look at that. You know what? Let's just pause. Take a deep breath in. That's it. Hold it. Let it out. Do you feel better now? She told us she couldn't believe the colors in the sky. I have to agree with you, Melanie. And we know Rusty loves his sunsets. Here's a live look through our tower cam. Nope, not our tower cam, our Allo cam. We have so many cameras. I love it. Not a bad night at all. Some areas to our west saw some storms this afternoon. How's it look for everyone tonight? Here's Chief Meteorologist and sunset lover Rusty Dawkins.
I'm trying to wake myself up. Your soothing voice kind of, got to wake up here. So, yeah, that sunset was fantastic. I love a good sunset. That's one of the best things about Nebraska. Now, we do have one severe thunderstorm warning out there far southwestern Nebraska moving away, but it is moving through McCook right now. So severe thunderstorm warning is in place for, Red Willow and eastern Hitchcock County. This goes until 11:15. It has 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. So one very strong storm moving south and southwest around 10 miles per hour. So it is kind of a slow mover, has some hail, has some very gusty winds. But in Lincoln, the exact opposite on our Allocam, 21st and L Street. We're at 73 degrees in Lincoln, 74 in Beatrice, only 63 in Broken Bow, where those storms rolled through earlier, 67 in McCook. Dew point 60s from one side of the state to the other until you get into the Panhandle, where it's in the 50s. That one storm right there, and then a little bit of a leftover frontal boundary moving through between O'Neill, Columbus, and Omaha. That shouldn't do much of anything, but maybe a sprinkler or two. As we head through tonight, not a whole lot going on until right about there. Some scattered showers and thunderstorms try to pop up in the afternoon. That's our next chance for some severe weather. I'll talk about that in the full forecast.
Thank you, Rusty. Right now, UNMC is celebrating the ribbon cutting of their new urgent care dental clinic. They're still celebrating as we speak throughout the day here today, but the ribbon was cut this afternoon, and they say this clinic will ensure people with timely access to dental care when they need it the most. Here's a look at the ribbon cutting and a little of their new facility on the East Campus here in town. They say medical emergency departments aren't equipped to handle dental emergencies and can leave Nebraskans with a lot of money to pay. But with this new facility, they're hoping to not just improve access to care, but to make it affordable for people as well. Well, new tonight, big accolades for one of Nebraska's leading medical institutions, from championing research in cancer treatment to containing the potential spread of a deadly outbreak. UNMC getting praises for its work quarantining more than a dozen patients during that hantavirus outbreak. Well, today state leaders welcomed HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to Omaha. He toured the UNMC facility where 18 Americans, as many of you remember, were quarantined earlier this year there. And Danielle De Silva was there to hear what they had to say.
After his tour of the quarantine unit here at UNMC, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr. spent most of his time at the podium thanking Governor Pillen, Dr. Gold, and other Nebraska state leaders for the work they've done in monitoring and containing the hantavirus back in May. After that, he drove home major health initiatives that he says Nebraska will help lead the way in. Here are some of those points. Nutrition to vaccines, Secretary Kennedy starting with thanks for UNMC's job with the 18 Americans exposed to the hantavirus.
Nebraska Medicine and UNMC received them at the National Quarantine Unit, protected the public, cared for the people involved, and completed the operation with 0 detected cases. That is preparedness. We are now in the process of standing up a biocontainment center in Kenya, and the peer review for readiness will be done by people at this facility.
Then pointing out America's success in containing measles cases amidst global outbreaks, attributing that to the country's willingness to vaccinate, praising the newly released vaccine schedule for kids by the Trump administration. Despite that, Kennedy saying American children are some of the unhealthiest in the world when it comes to nutrition, but praising Nebraska's emphasis on food as medicine and removing POP from SNAP benefits before talking about Nebraska's role in his newest health initiative.
Almost 80 institutions of higher education across 36 states have committed to strengthening nutrition education, reaching over 52,000 medical students this autumn. And Nebraska helped lead that effort from the beginning.
The best practices in the world are being developed by the people here. It might seem astonishing to some, not at all to me.
We'll link to more details at klcantv.com. Reporting from UNMC here in Omaha, Danielle De Silva, Channel 8 News.
Happening right now, after 272 days at sea, the 5,000 sailors and Marines on USS Lincoln are finally heading home. As the war dragged on, conditions on board deteriorating. The carrier's extended deployment during the Iran war led to concerns from military families and lawmakers about the crew's mental health and morale. Well, the USS George Washington has arrived in the Middle East to relieve the USS Abraham Lincoln. Stay with us. We have more for you heading after the break, including appealing the appearance of the Nebraska Democratic Party is saying about their decision to appeal the Working People's Party's appearance on the ballot in November.
Friday is going to be an interesting day. There's a severe weather threat, but where it's going to happen, We need to figure that out. So we'll do that when we come back.
The Democratic Party is providing some insight to a major appeal. It's challenging a judge's decision allowing the new Working People Party to appear on the November ballot, but not for the reason you might think. You see, the argument is the Working People Party is too similar to the Working Families Party, which violates Nebraska state law. They say that a new political party cannot include the name or any word of an existing political party. At this time, there's no word whether or not the case will get taken to the Nebraska Supreme Court, which is what the Democratic Party would like to see. Now, the Nebraska Republican Party is appealing it too. Nebraska Democratic Party Chair Jane Klebb says, quote, "The judge's decision is not a win for the spoiler party. It's proof the law has a hole big enough to drive a lot of money through, which is bad for our collective democracy." We'll keep you up to date when we learn the Working People Party, what they have to say about the case's appeal.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Starting the night off on a good note. It's just nice and quiet. Compared to the way things went yesterday, a lot of severe weather rolled through now. Alacam, just a nice, pleasant night. Moon was getting, that's almost a full moon. I think it's a few days away, but we should have a full moon pretty soon. Drought monitor, also good news. I mean, still, this was last week, and still quite a few areas, anywhere from severe to extreme to exceptional drought. A little bit of that has changed, especially in north central and northeast Nebraska. Got rid of all of the abnormally dry and moderate drought for parts of south central and southeast Nebraska, and small improvements in further to the west in parts of western Nebraska and at the Panhandle. Still some areas, an exceptional drought, extreme drought, but you got it one small step at a time to get out of a drought. Really easy to get into a drought, you just no rain. But the rain has to be the right amount, the right time. And what we had yesterday for some spots where it was 3, 4, 6 inches of rainfall within like an hour, that doesn't do anybody any good. It's too much too fast. So that's a little unfortunate. Temperatures right now, though, 60s and 70s. 60s where the storms were at earlier. We have just 70s for just about everybody. Upper 60s, though, in Columbus. Dew point's a little high, but when temperatures cool off, it falls to around the dew point, and you get maybe a little patchy fog again. That's nothing. Don't worry about that. You don't see nothing there. That's just a little bit of false return from the radar site. Otherwise, the cloud cover is from the storm that was right there, and now it's all the way down here, moving through the McCook area. Severe thunderstorm warning is in place for Hitchcock and Red Willow counties until 11:15. This is slowly but surely moving into northwestern Kansas. A couple of strong storms here earlier. Now those have really fizzled out. Huge cap right here. That's what kept us rain-free tonight. That storm system moves off to the south and east, and then we wait. Nothing going on at 6 a.m., just a few clouds. By noon, might start to see some showers and thunderstorms pop up. Now I'm going to show you two different storm casts because I'm not sure which one to believe. And because they're different. Every single model is different about Friday. So that's frustrating in itself. So I'm going to show you a couple of different ones. This one just has scattered showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm every now and then, and kind of all over the place, like over there and over here and here and there. There's another overnight chance. This is Saturday morning, 1 a.m. That's when the stronger storm starts to kick in with that low-level jet. That sticks around a little bit, maybe even rolls through eastern Lincoln, eastern Lancaster County, eastern Nebraska into Lancaster County in the city of Lincoln. I had that backwards. But scattered showers and thunderstorms possible through early Saturday. So because of all that, Friday into early Saturday morning, just about the entire state has a level 2 slight risk because they're just going to be all over the place. So I'm going to leave that in place, and here's a different look at a different stormcast. This is the HRRR, if you know what that is. Scattered storms possible. This is 10 a.m. Notice storms over here, storms over there. These linger through the early afternoon hours. This comes at us from the northwest so these two meet. This right here was up here, comes all the way down here and meets up with this, and then everything slides to the south. But then it comes back and says, hey, how's it going? And sticks around for a while, all the way through early Saturday morning. So that's why there's a slight risk for the entire state, because they could be anywhere at any time on and off throughout Friday into early Saturday. And I hate saying that because I want to be more specific, but it's almost impossible with the storm system that we have going on for Friday into Saturday. High temperatures on Friday in the middle 80s, at least that's nice. Middle 80s the next couple of days, lower 80s on Sunday. Small chances for storms Monday and Tuesday, and those temperatures lingering in the lower and middle 80s, which isn't bad for the last couple of weeks of August. Weather trivia time. Today is the only day Lincoln has a record low in the 30s in August. Is that true or false?
Will's out here with me, so I'm going to say true.
I mean, if we're talking 30s in August, I have to say true.
It is true. It's just there's one day, happened in 1950, a record low on this date of 39 degrees. It's the only time in August we've had a record low.
Only one day.
Only one day. Isn't that weird?
That is unbelievable.
Thank you, Rusty. Right now, a Gallup survey is showing Americans drinking is at an all-time low. For the past 2 years, 54% of people that live in the U.S. are reporting having an occasional alcoholic beverage. This is the lowest reported amount since the survey started back in 1939. In our morning shows, we're going to be breaking down why people in the U.S. are drinking less. So make sure you tune in our 5 and 6 o'clock shows for the full report. Lincoln's own Carpetland Rugs, as they're called, took home the Legion Baseball World Series on Tuesday night. And as we head into the Sports Zone with Sports Director Will Charlton, you had a chance to follow up with some of the guys, right?
I sure did, Rod. Earlier today, I caught up with 3 of the players who were part of this historic team. And we'll have that story coming up next.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, powered by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome into Sports Zone. I'm Will Charlton. Hope you've had a great Thursday. On Tuesday night, Lincoln's own Carpetland Rugs of East High School won the Legion Baseball World Series title 9-6 over Portland, Oregon. The guys have returned home from their incredibly successful trip to North Carolina, and earlier today, I got to follow up with 3 players who made a huge impact in the championship victory.
This was the moment the Carpetland Rugs felt on top of the world.
It was unbelievable. Seeing that strike 3 call, seeing Grayson toss his glove in there, I mean, it was just the best moment of life.
The dog pile was super fun. I was on the bottom of it, kind of got squished a little bit, but it's like, well, we just won a national title. Who cares?
Up 9-6 in the top of the 7th inning, pitcher Grayson Borkman recorded 3 of his 4 strikeouts in the game to secure the Legion World Series championship.
You know, just knowing that I was one to get the last out, even though everybody contributed. We wouldn't have been in that spot without everybody on the team. So just knowing that we finally did it and we finally got the job done, it was a good feeling.
Although Lincoln faced adversity early, going down 6-1 in the 3rd inning. Then the bats came alive.
I felt it off the bat. I was just really hyped for our team. I mean, put us ahead there was really awesome.
Cade Anderson delivered the second of 2 different 3-run home runs, which gave Lincoln their first lead. Brody McIntyre said that was the moment where they felt like they were in the driver's seat.
Because we knew Grayson was going to go out there and shove.
This is a redemption moment for this group as well, as Lincoln East fell to Miller North in the Class A state championship this spring.
It really stung after the state championship, but, you know, first day of summer, like, our goal is to be national champions.
We've had a chip on our shoulder ever since we lost in the spring.
Additionally, the Portland team, which the Rugs defeated in this year's championship, eliminated them last summer. Borkman said they wanted to match up with Portland ever since the bracket was released.
We didn't play them in pool play, then we knew that the only time we were going to play them was to send them home, so to be able to put the final nail in the coffin was awesome.
The Rugs are the first Legion baseball team from Nebraska to win a World Series title since 1939.
It's in the history books now, so that's pretty cool. This will forever be a team that I hold close to my heart. This is a great group of guys.
On top of it all, McIntyre was named as Legion Baseball Player of the Year, and we'll have more about that on Sunday.
Another huge congratulations to the Carpetland Rugs on winning the Legion World Series title. The Nebraska soccer team was in action tonight as the Huskers welcome in number 8 Notre Dame to Heibner Stadium. And it's a second straight draw for Nebraska, as after being up 1-0 for the first 70-plus minutes, Notre Dame evened things up in the 72nd minute. The lone Husker goal came in the 33rd minute, as Natalie Lewis netted her 2nd goal of the season in just the 3rd game of the fall. While it wasn't a win for the Huskers, the record now moves to 1-0-2, so still unbeaten through 3 games. Nebraska next hits the pitch of Heibner Stadium Sunday at 12:05 p.m. against number 18 Alabama. The high school football season begins tomorrow night here in Nebraska, and then some teams will begin week 1 just 1 week from tonight. The Lincoln Northeast Rockets are one of those squads. Yesterday, I went over to talk with head coach Javante Boyd, as well as seniors Austin Hanlon and Julian McDonald about the season ahead and how just barely missing out on the postseason in 2025 may be a motivating factor.
6-3 record last year. How do you guys kind of hope that's a building block for what this year can hold?
I hope we keep the same consistency. You know, our schedule might not have been as strong last year, and people sometimes bring that down upon on us. But we have everything prepared right now. I think we have trusted seniors at receiver positions and in the backfield, and we have everything we need. We just got to go out and perform now.
I feel like our team this year just got way better, and our senior class it's a leadership now, and just coming off these games, I feel like it's just going to be win after win after win after win, and nobody expects it from us. I feel like this year we're going to prove everybody wrong.
What have been some of the things you've liked most through the summer and now in camp?
Just the consistency of our team and showing up. Our guys have been showing up all summer, and then now we got, we're back. We're in a fall camp, so more guys have came out for the team, and so we're strong, and I think we're just going to continue to build.
And what do you like most about this team?
I would say the family part of it. You know, we get each other at practice and we all yell at each other at practice, but then at the end of the day, we all drop it and we come back to be a family when we're in that locker room.
And even if we scrap out on the field, you know, things get tough. We get back in the locker room, you know, coaches calm us down. We always get through it. So we just go out and perform every day at practice, and you know, we get through everything that troubles us or any problem that comes.
And how do you feel like, as a whole, your senior class has grown together and are ready to kind of leave it all on the field this season?
This year, it's just a brotherhood, honestly, and we build on and off the field all the time together.
Since my freshman year, since I got pulled up to my first varsity game, I could feel, you know, the coaches, you know, they brought everybody together. Even when they were doing bad, they brought them all together, made everybody feel better, and it just inclining as I went up through my classes, it got even better since then.
One word to describe this team.
I say ready.
Family.
Relentless. I think our guys are going to show grit and relentless and show effort, and I think that's what we got to build on.
Northeast kicks off the 2026 campaign a week from tonight against East at 7 p.m. The game will take place at Seacrest Field. And folks, we need your help this fall. Send in any videos from games you might have to our Now Local News app, and you may see your clip here on Sports Zone. We want to highlight the athletes as much as we can this season. And don't forget, all of the Kansas City Chiefs preseason games will be right here on Channel 8. Their next game is this Saturday night at 6:30 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All the Chiefs preseason games will be exclusively airing on our channel, so make sure you don't miss out on the action. That's a wrap for now here on Sports Zone, but tomorrow night at 10, we'll have highlights from the first high school football game of the year between Lincoln Standing Bear and Northwest. So we'll see you then. Rod, back to you.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Will. Final check of the forecast next. Rusty, the McCook area had that storm cell right in that area. Anybody else need to be watching out?
That should be about it. And this one's just about out of Nebraska, moving south relatively quickly now. It's got some gusty winds associated with it, but that severe thunderstorm warning is for Red Willow and Hitchcock counties in Nebraska. It is now moving into parts of Kansas, so it's just about out of our hair. That will continue. We'll see those storms go bye-bye, and then tomorrow, more chances for storms as we head through Friday afternoon into the evening hours, so that's something we'll be keeping a very close eye on.
Kind of a little bit of a broken record here recently, right?
It really has been, yeah.
Yeah. You were talking about that earlier. You're seeing that same system kind of.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Rusty. And thank you so much for joining us. Andrew in Houston. See, they get up real early so they can bring you the news and weather starting at 5 a.m. Jimmy Kimmel is coming up next. Have a great night.
Come see us at our new South Point location. Locally owned, comfort-made mattress factory. Handcrafted, built right here and backed with a lifetime comfort guarantee.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and redeem them for gift cards. Scan the QR code to join.